Welcome to the Eternia Archives weekly podcast where we discuss current and historical gaming topics that are of interest to us and our followers on social media. If you like our content, consider hitting that thumbs up icon, subscribing to our channels, following us on Twitter, and joining our Discord server with the invite link in this video's description. So starting off with the social media items, I am Callie from Callie Chronicles. You can check my social media out at Callie_Zath on Twitter. Einashi?
Einashi. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. It's all the same thing. Short and sweet. And I love Monster.
All right.
Rad.
Hey, so my name is Rad. I'm in YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter as Rad Console Gaming. So yeah, if you want to check like rankings, JRPG stuff, Let's Plays, feel free to stop by. Look, Nick.
I'm Nick with Heat Haze Gaming, and I do streams, working on some videos, and hopefully get some retro games going in a little bit. So lots of stuff in the works, but just subscribe to the channel. You'll see anything pop up.
All right. My name's Lane. My YouTube channel is called The Laneinator. And I also have a Twitter. Now, these guys made it for me and been kind of poking fun at me with it, but they've convinced me that but it's just T Laneinator, right?
Yeah, it's just T Laneinator.
Okay, so anyway, I will probably be selling my soul to the devil sometime soon to use that to my benefit. So go follow me over there, and please don't judge me for the current outlook of that, because like I said, these guys have been totally making fun of me with
It looks great. It looks great to me.
Are you trying to say that Bug Snacks is an inferior game? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I am. That is what I'm saying.
It's an accurate depiction.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and list off our topics for this week. So, first up, Einashi is going to announce the winner of this week's giveaway. And then we're going to be talking about our top 3 SNES games. Now, you guys know that we're all RPG fans, but we're going to make this a broader topic, and we're going to cover, games from any genre can qualify. So, top 3 SNES games. Next, we're going to be talking about what is our favorite SMT or Persona game and why. And this next topic is an interesting one. We're going to be talking about our game completion ratio. So you guys all know the problem of having a backlog and trying to finish, wrap that up. So we're going to kind of go over that and talk about, when is it time to say enough is enough? What causes us to move on? And how long, will we stick out a bad game before we finally say, okay, it's time to move on to something else. So should be a good, interesting discussion. And lastly, time permitting, we'll for sure do this one. We'll talk about what we're playing and what we're thinking of it. And then time permitting, we're going to do this is going to be something new. We're going to do a live Q&A at the end of the podcast for probably, 20 to 30 minutes. So be sure to put your questions in the chat prior to the, sometime during our last topic, and we'll get to those. So, all right, with that out of the way, I'm going to turn it over to Einashi to talk about our giveaway for this week.
Huh? What? We have a giveaway? Okay, I guess I'll find something to give away and something to someone. Look it. I found a God Eater 2 and a Bakugan on the DS. I think I'll give these away. So let's find one random winner who entered our contest. And with this click, loading. Kevin! Whoever you are, Kevin. I have no idea who you are. You're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You won this. So I'll try to find you. If I can't find you, I will draw another winner. But hopefully, you got an email, so I will email you. You have to Friday to respond to my email that I send you tonight or tomorrow, and you get this. So, Kevin R., you're the winner. So, the next giveaway is going to be...
Dang, it's a really good giveaway. It's top shelf.
Yeah, so I've been always kind of upset that I can't enter, but this week in particular.
Here you go.
Oh yeah, I'm entering this week for sure.
You get this game, which we're talking about completing games. I completed this game, and I absolutely loved it.
I got the plat.
So we're going to give away Battle Chasers Night War. I absolutely love it. It came from a comic book. It was a comic book artist, so you could see a lot of that go into this game. And I will throw in 2 random Nintendo DS games.
I actually just tried that game. It's on Xbox Game Pass. So
excellent game.
I popped it in. I was kind of tired, so I took a nap. But I definitely need to play it some more.
And so in the future giveaway, just to remind everyone, we do one a week. We got Populous DS. We got some Yokai Watch Love.
Oh, I want that cat. You're not giving that away. No.
I need the case.
No.
We got Chrono Cross.
Ooh,
Black Anniversary.
Yeah. We got some Untold Legends on the PSP. We got Fable Book. We'll be throwing in something. Not those. So I have a couple new things that we're going to do for a subscriber giveaway on Eternia Archives. So at 250 subscribers on our channel, I will give away Tales of Vesperia, the anime, which goes right into Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition on the PS4. So the story of this, you get a lot of backstory of the characters, and it just goes right into the game. So it is excellent. I found out I had an extra copy this week, and I actually had an extra copy of this. So pair them together, we got a giveaway, and that will be at 250 subscribers. And just a reminder, I am making a NES collection for 1,000 subscribers. We will give away a Retron NES one, and we'll be giving away some NES games. I will have at least a dozen games. I'm going to try to get as many as possible for it. Right now we have Iron Sword, which Callie loves. We got my favorite and first RPG ever. So in our group's one of their favorite RPGs ever, probably on the NES. Who had this one as
And
first?
could you say the names of the games for anybody who's listening to audio?
Oh, yes. Iron Sword, Dragon Warrior, Final Fantasy, and we have Mario and Duck Hunt. I'll probably get Mario 1, 2, and 3 for it, but because you got to have some good platformers for it. And so I will have at least a dozen games for that giveaway. I'm going to try to get as many possible extras that I can. And so that's 1,000 subscribers. It's just going to get bigger. So, enjoy.
So I think there's been a communication issue. I don't think we should be giving away things that people in this podcast want.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not giving away that Yokai Watch figure. Like, I will enter that. I will make so many
things. A group approval process.
You think that's deterring me? I'm not. Yeah, I want it. You give me that cat. I want that.
I have a plushie too.
Yeah, how dare you try to give that? I will make so many fake accounts. You don't even know. You don't even know.
I picked up a bag of dinosaurs from a thrift shop yesterday for my son, and this was in there.
Great. It's you're shipping that to me. I'm buying it. Just sell it to me. I want it.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Sorry.
Please. It's so cool.
But yeah, 250 subscribers. Get the word out. We're going to do another one. So we're going to do Battle Chasers Night War. I will paste the. I got to make the contest tonight while we're talking, and it will be for this and 2 random DS games, and they will be absolutely awful. But anyways, continue on.
All right. Thanks, man. Good stuff. All right. So moving on into our first topic. Top 3 SNES games.
I think we lost Ain.
Uh-oh.
I think we lost
We
Inashi.
just lose his video.
Well,
Oh,
There he is.
No, I'm here.
there he is. He's
I
back.
was doing something and I didn't want anyone to see.
Oh.
I was shuffling games around. Yeah, that's it. Shuffling
Yeah.
games around.
Okay. Anyway.
You're right.
All right. So, yeah, we're going to talk about our top 3 SNES games, and these, any games on the table. It doesn't have to be just RPGs. So, let's see. Nick, you want to go first?
Sure. For my top 3, it would be, I gotta start with Yoshi's Island because that was my first game that I ever played, and I played the daylights out of that game until the local GameStop not GameStop, but local video game store went out of business, and then we picked up a couple games, and I got Final Fantasy II, and that's one of my favorites. Final Fantasy II in the States, Final Fantasy IV overseas. And this one I didn't get, but it's one of my favorite games of all time. I still play it like every other year. I don't have it. I know. Super Mario RPG.
I might actually have a copy for you of Yoshi's Island. I'll have to look later.
Well, I mean, I don't need it. I played it enough as a kid. I know everything about that game. So,
Yeah. I actually I popped in Super Mario RPG in my Super Nintendo and was playing that a little bit today. It's a great game.
classic. Never gets old.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right, let's go with Einashi next.
That's cruel. I was texting Rad. All right, so I have a couple games here. So I would have to say, Mario RPG and Super Mario World. Super Mario World is my favorite platformer and Mario game ever. I think it's great, but there's 3 games that impacted me more than Super Mario World. So I'll keep the best for last, and let's talk about Secret of Mana.
Hey.
Nice.
So I played this game as a kid, beat it numerous times, absolutely loved it, played it with my friends. It's just like a great action RPG. I can't say much more about it. I mean, it is just so awesome. The world is awesome. The music was great. The visuals, it was just great pixel art. Loved the game. And so I would say this is the 3rd favorite game on there. And then we go with a classic, The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past.
That was my other one.
Which I still hold this one as my favorite Zelda game. They got the formula right of the first Zelda and then just made it so much better. The sprite work was amazing. The dungeons were fun. They actually had real dungeons, unlike Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
Still awesome though.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild is beautiful. It's just not the quality of this. But what is amazing about this is that the community with this game has made a ton. See, I'm kind of going to cheat here. A ton of games that they take it and edit it and just completely remake it. So we have like Final Fantasy Parallel Worlds, which is a great repro ROM hack game, and then you have Goddess of Wisdom, which is the same engine, but they just changed the world, changed the story, and just keep it going. It's just absolutely amazing. And there was one more. Where'd it go? Oh,
can you find those repros online?
Yes.
Like for emulation and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's where people find it, and then they burn it on a board to make.
Okay.
And then you have this one I just recently picked up. I haven't even tried this one. This is Legend of Zelda Ancient Stone Tablets, which is supposed to be pretty hardcore. So these are the 3 repros that I have. And they're just amazing. And I love the repro makers because they do things like this. Look at this cart. I do not like repros that are just gray cards with the label on it. I like having
Yeah, it's
clear,
boring.
sparkly ones. Just something cool. Something different that it's a repro. Like this one, it's a nice blue one.
Ooh.
But yeah, absolutely love Legend of Zelda. Still the best of all time Zelda games. It's not my first Zelda, so it's not that. It's just they did it right with this one, and they haven't got close to it. They kind of did with Minish Cap and Oracle Seasons and Link's Awakening. But okay.
How do you feel about Link Between Worlds, Einashi?
Absolutely love it. I think it's actually, I would hate to say it's I enjoyed that one just as much or maybe even more than Link to the Past. They just basically took Link to the Past, added a few more things, did the visuals a little bit better to fit on more modern consoles, 3DS. It was great. I absolutely loved it. If I have to go back and play a Zelda game, that particular game, I will probably play Link Between the Worlds because it's definitely like the definitive version of that particular game. So really good. And then if anyone knows me, they know that my favorite SNES RPG, Final Fantasy 3-6. Absolutely love it. I get goosebumps every time I hear Terra's theme in the beginning. I just
that intro is so powerful.
It just sets the tone for the whole game. The music, the sprite works, the combat, everything about this game is great. Kefka, one of the best villains ever. Absolutely love him and hate him. I'm a Kefka fan.
Yeah. That laugh gets me every time.
And then there's this guy right here. Do I have? Oh, look at this. This is Final Fantasy III, A Brave New World. Look at this beautiful, minty, purple card. This is actually the first time I'm going to take this out of the bag.
Oh, you haven't played that?
No, not yet. Look at that. Look how beautiful this is. It's translucent purple. Look at that. And basically,
so Brave New World, is that also a hack game? Or?
It is a hack of Final Fantasy III.
Okay.
And it's just a different story on it. So I haven't played it yet, so I can't speak too much on it, but it's the same world, but it's just a new story for it. I absolutely love the modding community for the Super Nintendo just coming out with beautiful games like this.
That's cool.
But absolutely love it. And I actually had this one. I commissioned to have this one made. I contacted the person who makes carts, and she special ordered the case because I wanted a purple case to go with the box. I thought it would be absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah.
So
nice.
She made it. It cost a little bit of money, but it was 100% worth it. So those are my 3 games.
That's awesome, man.
If you ever want to talk about repros and ROM hacks, I got a few hundred.
Oh god.
Nice.
And I love them.
So that uses battery save iron?
No, it's not actually. Not that one.
Huh.
Oh, actually, there's a battery on there. So yes, I guess it does. This one, by the way, shout outs to retrocircuits.com. That's who made this board for me.
Cool.
Who is actually local to the Dallas area.
Nice. That's cool.
Rad.
So, wow, this was so difficult. So I have my top 3. But I gotta mention also my first game ever, which was Super Mario World, as Einashi mentioned. To this day, my favorite Mario game as well. It was so good. But going to my top 3, I'll start for number 3. So for me, number 3 will be The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. That game, as Einashi mentioned already, it nailed the Zelda formula perfectly for me. It is my favorite 2D game.
We need to buy Rad some internet.
it's just
Support our
a
Patreon to get our better internet for
game.
Rad.
But it is. Can you guys hear me well?
Now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay. So that game is just great. Number 2 for me is Final Fantasy 3, also known as Final Fantasy 6. The story is so good. One of the best Final Fantasies all around. I will dare to say it's my favorite as well of the whole series. And my number 1 pick will be Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is such a masterpiece. It is a game that I don't know. It's just so magical, so charming, so much replay value. The game is just beautiful in every way. You can play it so many times, and you get like the opportunity to experience the game from different angles. Using different characters. It's just fantastic in every way. It's the definition of masterpiece for me.
Yeah, there's so many games. Chrono Trigger is absolutely amazing. There's so many games on the Super Nintendo that is just top notch. That it's so hard to actually put just 3. By the way, stand up, Rad. Show them that beautiful. Oh yeah,
Yes.
look at that.
I was tempted to buy that game today, but I knew I wouldn't get to it.
What?
anytime soon.
You don't have it?
No, I don't.
Have you played the Game Boy version?
No, I haven't.
It's so good. It's amazing.
I will get to it soon.
I haven't
one
played
Zelda
them.
game at a time.
I will mail it to you. And Rad, I
Ooh.
was actually texting you earlier that I have 2 games I'm mailing you.
So wait a
Oh.
minute. I want to buy the cat. I want to pay you for the cat. They get free stuff. I can't even buy a cat that you licked.
They don't get free stuff. They get a borrow games, okay?
All right.
Borrow.
Okay, if you send it to me, I will absolutely play it. I appreciate that.
I will get it to you, Lane. I promise.
Thank you. Well, okay, so ironically, my list is the exact same as Rad's in the same order. Mine, I also put Link to the Past is number 3, Final Fantasy 6 is number 2, and Chrono Trigger is number 1.
Well, I'm different at least. So
Yeah. And I promise, me and Rad did not have a prior conversation here at all.
Not
I
at all.
totally did.
Not at all.
Totally did.
Yeah.
It just shows that we have great taste. That's all.
Hey, yeah,
But
man.
seriously,
Yeah.
the title screen of this game, doesn't it not get you with the whale noise? I mean, come on.
It's fantastic as well.
Secret of Mana.
It's
I-
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, my problem is I played Secret of Mana too late in life, I think.
Okay. Fair enough.
So it's just the way that you swing and you have to wait for it to go to 100 and then you can swing again. It's just like, I hate this. But-
yeah, I bought this when it was still fresh at Walmart. And Chrono Trigger.
wow.
And, Zelda. I got all those games back in the day because I am the grandpa of our group. Even though I just had my first kid, a year and a half ago. But still, I'm still the grandpa.
Yep. We'll just start calling you that. What's your top 3, Grandpa?
all right.
Callie, you're next.
All right. Well, my list is different, so of course I'm the different one of the bunch. My number 3 is actually going to be a game that's like 5 games, which is Super Mario All Stars and World, because it has all the different Marios together. It's great.
Excellent. Yes,
It's such-
excellent.
It's got all the Marios, the lost levels. It's got Super Mario World. Mario World is the best Mario. At least you guys have good taste in that.
Yes.
Best Mario.
Best Mario ever.
Yes.
Oh my God.
No contest.
Yes.
The number 2 game for me is Mega Man X3. There's
Fair enough.
there's a story behind that. When I was young, back when the Super Nintendo was about out of its lifespan, I had come upon the Mega Man X series. I played the first one. I played the second one. Third one I could never find. However, there was a game store in Walmart that's been gone for decades now. I don't know what it was called, and they could order it for me. So I think I was probably in high school, at the time. I had a job. It was $90 for the game at the time, so I bought it and played
Oh man!
It-
Wow, 90.
Jesus.
it. 90. Yeah, this was
Oh,
like.
I remember
Yeah.
paying almost 80. I think I paid 80 for Chrono Trigger back in the day.
Now,
Jesus.
here's the thing. This was like 20, almost like 18 years ago, or so. It's been a long time. And I got it home. I played it, and I used Zero in the first level, and he died. And I was like, why can't I use Zero anymore? And I realized that he was gone forever, so I restarted the game. It was sad. So X3, it's got a special place to me. I really love X3. It's probably one of the hardest Mega Man X games. It's super hard, but it's very good. Highly recommended if you guys want to play it. So I don't still have that $90 one. So I think it was, I don't know, 3-4 years ago.
God, the mistakes we did in our past. Doesn't it just like
Oh
really?
no, yeah.
Oh my God! It just makes me want to cry that I just like. Oh, here's a Chrono Trigger box. I don't need that. Throw it away. I don't need that. You know, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's so painful.
So,
just thinking
I,
about my stupid young self.
So I got the copy that I currently have as a gift from my husband a few years ago. That was a hell of a good gift. So I still have that copy. It's very expensive now, of course. And my number one game is Super Mario RPG. It is probably my most completed JRPG ever. I think the last time I played through it, I think I mentioned this a few episodes ago, when you could every time you gain a level, you could pick like power, magic, or whatever, or health. And there's a guide you can follow online that says like Toadstool at this level will get a bonus amount of power if you pick power, or bonus health. So I printed that guide, and I had the perfect maxed out level 25 characters, absolute perfected characters. I just steamrolled the end of the game. It's so good. If you haven't played Mario RPG and you're an RPG fan, go buy it. Emulate it, I don't care. Just play the game. It's absolutely incredible. So those are my top 3. Obviously, Zelda's great too, but those other ones had a bigger impact on me.
Yeah.
Zelda would
for
be
sure.
my number 4 would be Zelda.
Yep.
So
All my games were from when I was a teenager, so and that really did shape and impact me.
For me, there are like 8 to 9 games that could be in the list. They're just so good. So many classic in the Super Nintendo.
like I wanted to put Kirby Superstar, which has tons of Kirby games. There's just no room.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh,
There's no
that was
room.
my first one.
It's so good.
Oh,
It's so good.
spoiler! Nick, you're next then.
That means you're gonna get it mailed to you, Nick. That's a good thing.
What? No, I don't own it. I'm sorry.
I have it.
I'm with
It's-
you
it's
though,
good.
Callie. Like Mario RPG and Link to the Past, like I had a really hard time picking between those two for my number 3, but I just had to go with Link to the Past just because, such a good game.
Well, yeah. So thanks for sharing, guys. This was a great topic. I had a lot of stress trying to pick these out.
We still have more people.
We do? I thought Nick went first.
No.
He did.
Oh, I think that's everybody.
He did,
That's
yeah,
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Nick, you're just not memorable. Sorry.
What?
Okay.
Be pretty basic.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Just keep going.
All right. So for our next topic, we are going to be talking about our favorite Shin Megami Tensei / Persona game and why. I guess I can go first this time. So mine is this guy. Hopefully it shows up. Persona 5 Royal. This is. I love this game so much, guys. Like, it's almost. Every time I think about it, this might be my favorite video game ever. Like, it's. Every time I think back on playing it, I just didn't want it to end. And, like, I still, like, every now and then, I was just like, man, I wish I was still playing Persona 5. I almost just want to go do New Game Plus. It's because I liked it so much. And I got 85% of the trophies just playing the game normally. So, like, to me, that's a pretty good incentive for me to, like, actually try and maybe get my first platinum trophy with this game, right?
I'm in the same boat.
So, yeah, but yeah, if like Callie said for Super Mario RPG, if you are an RPG fan and you have not played Persona 5, what are you doing with your life?
So right now, I think Best Buy sold out this week. They had a sale for $40 for the Steelbook edition. I picked that up. I got it. I got it in the mail.
Yeah, the Steelbook is very pretty. It's my background's kind of interfering, but you got Joker on the front, and then you got
cool. It's very cool.
All the characters on the back there. But I want to give an honorable mention to a very close second. And that's Persona 4 Golden for the Vita. I actually played through both of these games this year, believe it or not. They're both super long. And, Persona 4 Golden was my favorite game that I played this year up until I played Persona 5. So those two, for me, I just love Persona so much. I love the formula. I love the way that they build up the characters and that you grow to, really get to know them and care for them by the time you get to the end of the game. I think, a lot of people, complain about the whole day-to-day aspect of the game, like it can be kind of repetitive, but I think it's brilliant because that's really, for me, that's what really lets you get to know the characters more. Mm-hmm. You're seeing them every day. You're hanging out with them after school. You're building your social links. And it's like, you just feel like you're the main character and you're in high school and these people are your friends. You know what I mean?
It's like when you watch a TV show or a anime or something like that, and you're like, okay, after the story, what happens? Like what do these people do with their lives? It just gives a lot more background in how they live day to day.
Yeah,
it's always interesting.
For sure. Yeah, and like the Royal Edition, the last dungeon of the game was brilliant. I loved it. Like there was a lot of really interesting, psychological aspects to it. So if you guys have only played OG Persona 5, at some point you definitely should go back and experience the Royal Edition. There's a lot of great stuff in there.
Yeah, I will next year once I beat other stuff.
Yeah, it's a commitment. The game took me 110 hours to complete.
Yeah, I'll play it on PS5. So.
Oh, did you really complete it? Did you really complete it? Tell the truth.
Define complete.
Complete is complete. You beat the game.
Yes, I beat the game, I beat the game and got the best ending. Let's say that. I didn't get the like I said, I still haven't gotten the platinum.
You did not get it then. You did not complete it. You beat the game.
Have you guys seen the completionist video on Persona 5?
Yeah.
Not even he could complete it. Okay?
It's like
some slack.
It's like 200 hours for that because you have to fight the secret boss and it's so long.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get the platinum in that game. It's just crazy. Especially if you have a backlog.
Yeah. But I still need to go back and play a lot of the other regular Shin Megami Tensei games. I played Devil Survivor and was really enjoying that. I haven't beat it yet because it's a pretty tough game. And I've also played a little bit of Nocturne, but I decided to set that aside and wait for the remaster coming out next year.
But did you know that for only $10 more, you can play Dante on the new version? I just love that they made Dante a Devil May Cry. $10. No one's going to buy that.
Well, but if you think about
surprised.
It's probably because of Capcom, though. They probably did that because Capcom wants their money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably true.
That's probably what it is.
Whatever.
Atlas is pretty bad about their DLC.
It's
they don't have a lot of DLC, though.
Persona 5.
There's a lot of DLC in Persona 5. Actually, Fairy Tales DLC. I looked at that the other day. Oh my god, just like the costumes are $350 each.
Yeah,
and the Seasons Pass with just a little bit of extra content's like $60. It's stupid. It's way overpriced.
I haven't even looked. I didn't even know there was DLC for Persona.
Yeah, there's like $100 in DLC for Persona.
Yeah.
But not story-wise, right? It's just skins and stuff.
Cosmetic stuff. Yep.
I'm fine with that. Then whatever.
Personas.
It's
I never do any of that. But Yep, that's mine. Let's go with let's do Rad next.
So I have two actually because I got. So I would say one of them is Persona 5, which Nick Lane already talked about. Yeah, that game is so. I haven't played Royale though. I played the original one, and that game was great. Was really really good. So I'm really looking forward to play Royale at some point. The thing is that it is such a commitment to play the game again after I put like 120 hours to the original already. So going back to even though the quality of life improvements and the story is way better now. It's a commitment, and since I want to play so many games, it's hard. But yeah, that's a game I want to play eventually. But still, the original make my list, of course. And the other game is Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is. I'm actually really excited about the remaster coming to the Switch next year. It is so dark, so difficult. It is such a hard game, but in a way that the game kicks your ass, but you still want to go back to it and try to beat it and grind, and then it's just good like that. You rage quit, but you never quit the game for some reason. So yeah, those two are my favorite Shin Megami Tensei games, or Persona in this case.
Yeah, super excited for the remaster. I am totally prepared to have an ass kicking.
Yeah, no, it's just the thing is that the difficulty spikes start like really quick in the game. Some of these RPGs, sometimes it takes like half the game in order to have like a really high difficulty spike, but in the first 5-6 hours the game is gonna be kicking your ass already. So it's just a unique game in that aspect, but in a good way though.
Cool, man. Good stuff. Let's go with Nick next.
My favorite S&T game
Some of
is...
these RPGs, sometimes it takes like half the game in order.
Are you listening to something on your phone there, Inashi?
Maybe I was actually pulling up the stream on my phone.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
I knew it.
We were all like, okay, who didn't hit the mute button?
Well, my favorite S&T game is Devil Survivor.
Yeah.
I've never played the actual overclocked. I bought it, but I've never played the overclocked version. I beat the original about 4 times, one of which was one of the poor endings. But that's the thing about Devil Survivor. Depending on your choices, it gives you a different ending, and it really feels like one of those choose your own story games. And it's also got like the tight gameplay that S&T is known for, all the different demons you can collect. And I think there's like 13 different endings or something like Overclock. It's a lot, I know. But the characters in it and like the world building, it's how people would really react probably to demons in a lockdown Tokyo. So
Yeah.
it's just like a realistic take with great gameplay and all the different choices. Like it's different every time. So it's got great replayability and probably one of my favorite games of all time.
One thing I really like about Devil Survivor is I'm usually not a huge strategy RPG guy, but I like that this one, it's like you enter actually like legit turn-based battles,
Right.
Instead of it just being like, get behind the enemy and stab him in the back sort of thing, right? That
Yeah,
a lot of strategy RPGs are like.
You got
I like the
30%
ifs.
chance.
Yeah. I like that it like when you encounter a character, it's actually like a legit turn-based battle that goes on. But yeah, such an addicting game for sure. So,
Why is it $90? I wanted to try it.
yeah,
Because
for the
it's
audience,
one of the greatest games.
I actually went to my retro store today and I found a loose copy of Devil Survivor Overclocked for $18, and I relisted it on eBay for pretty high. So,
It's crazy.
it was a really good.
If-
It was a really good find. I lucked out there. 'cause
If you
that
don't
game
sell
has
it-
shot up.
If you don't sell it, I might buy it.
Oh, really?
Thing is, they didn't really advertise like the sequel very much. Like, I didn't even know it came out until I saw it at the store for the 3DS, like the remake.
hmm
I never even knew there was a sequel until that, and I'd like already sold all my handhelds to get maybe PS3, PS4. I don't know. Back when I was young and dumb, trading stuff in at GameStop.
Yeah.
Those young, stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh, I regret so many things.
Yeah. Crazy. Callie, do you want to go next?
Sure. So we all know that Persona 5 is amazing. It's great. It's the best game. It's the best RPG on PS5. There's a plug to go watch my top 10 video.
I agree with that statement.
Hint, hint. It's just the best RPG on PlayStation 4. No doubt. Dragon
Quest 11 though.
It's there. It's a game. Yep, sure is. But I gotta say that the SMT game that had the biggest impact on me was probably Persona 3. That original Persona 3, when that came out, there was no other game like it. Like, Persona 1 and 2 were okay. Like, I own them. I've tried them. They don't play like 3, but 3 was this unique experience. It just, you were this, it starts off and you shoot yourself in the face and oh, there's magic. Okay, cool. That's neat. I didn't like how your party would get tired and stuff, but it was such a revolutionary game for its time when it came out. Like, there was nothing else like Persona 3 out there. Like, for now, Persona 5, yeah, it's got some flaws for today's standards, but back when Persona 3 came out, I mean, it was phenomenal. I mean, also like the Raido Kuzunoha games, those were also very good. But, Persona 3, that game, there's just something about climbing that tower.
Yeah, I remember staying up all night for like, there's like 4 bosses that lead up to the final boss or something, and I remember it took me like literally all night just to kill one of them. But I stayed up till like 4 o'clock in the morning, had school at 6 or something, and I remember I was like, holy fuck.
So,
Yeah.
so here's the sad thing about Persona 3 for me. The first time I played it, I got to like floor 60 or 70, and I couldn't beat the boss, and I couldn't go grind anymore, so I got stuck. I was like 50-some hours in the game. It was so miserable. I don't know if I ever went back and beat it, to be honest.
Wow.
I think I was so frustrated, but just the impact that game had on me, I still love it. I love the story. I did not like Persona 4. I've tried playing it like 4 times. I cannot get into Persona 4. Yeah, but see, Lane, here's the thing.
Me.
You also love Trails in the Sky FC, and it's my least favorite I've played. Like, yeah, it hurts, I know. But we have different opinions. This is why we have a podcast. So, like, Persona 3...
That's why we have Lane.
That's why we have Lane. Okay.
So I'm actually starting that game soon. So we'll see if I'm Team Lane or Team Callie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Play P3 or P4.
We need to get...
EP?
No, he's talk about FC. Trails in the Sky FC is what he's going to be
Oh.
playing. So what we
Right,
should do,
yeah.
we need to get Hope to make a meme that has both of those, Team Callie, Team Lane, and then yeah, we should get
For
to do
Sky
that.
versus Cold Steel.
Yeah. Sky versus Cold Steel's better.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, we can continue this debate another time.
Yep.
For Persona 3, that's one I want to play Persona 3 so bad, but I just have a feeling there's something's coming with how well Persona 4 Golden did on
Oh, yeah,
PC.
definitely.
Like, to me, it seems like a no-brainer that they would put Persona 3 on there next, and I'm just kind of hoping that if they do, and it's probably not a matter of if, but when, that they will do some quality of life improvements to the game.
Yeah,
Because if I'm going to dedicate to a game that long, I want to make sure that it's the definitive edition. You don't
Like you can control your party members or something.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want. I want Persona 3 FES with the ability to control party members.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, I can see how, that will make the mechanics better, but part of the difficulty of that game was like, having the AI controlling the party members. So
yeah,
I can guarantee you it's plenty difficult with that.
Yeah. My thing is like even when games have that option, like Dragon Quest games have the option. I always turn it off. I just don't like it. I like to make all the choices.
Yeah, which makes sense as well. So,
yeah.
So I'll tell you guys, if they put Persona 3 on Steam, I will stream it.
Ooh. That's going to happen. That's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah. Yep.
They will be too silly not to.
Yep.
I mean, it's like the greatest Steam selling game or something. It's way up there.
Yeah, and then Atlas is like, I can't believe it sold so well. Everybody's just like, are you kidding? Of course it sold so well. It's Persona 4 Golden.
Like, who's surprised, right?
Yeah, you're the only one that's surprised here.
You only put it on the Vita. What do you think is going to happen?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm guessing they'll probably put it on the PS4 and Switch now. I mean, it just seems like a no-brainer. They're starting to. I think they're starting to realize that the exclusivity is not really in their best interest.
Correct.
So
I think they probably had like a deal for a certain period of time or something.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Now that's over. Well, we just lost Anashi, and he was up next.
Well, I mean, we could talk about Persona 5 some more and how great it is.
Yeah,
P3
let's just
and
talk.
how it's the best.
Yeah. So have you heard of this Persona 5?
I've heard of it a time or two.
Yeah.
It's
And
okay.
Ashi, you're next. You stood up at just the wrong time there.
What? You were keep on talking. So, has anyone heard about this game?
What is it?
Test
Revelations: The Demon Slayer.
Oh, yes.
Isn't
On
that
Game
the
Boy
one that
Color.
sucks?
Yes, it is absolutely awful.
Isn't it like a Pokemon, kind of a Pokemon-like game?
No,
No,
I
that's
think I
Devil
remember
Kids.
Eric talking about it.
No, that's Devil Kids.
Oh, okay.
I have that, by the way.
no, that's not it though. But it very obscure. It doesn't say Shin Megami Tensei, but it's the same universe.
Okay.
So mine is
Hey.
actually it's
Strange
not.
Journey?
No, it's
Really?
not strange.
Oh.
Oh, the abuse.
I just
The
tossed
abuse.
I
I just
actually
tossed
like
a
that
sealed
one.
version of Strange Journey. So I would have to go with the Devil Survivor games.
Nice.
So I do like these games. These are like, the tactical games. Lots of fun. I've had a lot of fun with them. I probably would just go with the first one, honestly. I actually played the DS version. I haven't played the 3DS version. I don't know how much better it is or not than the DS version.
I think they have an extra content at the end. Is that right, Nick?
Yes, they added at least one new ending. I think it's more than that though, and they rebalanced some of the gameplay.
Yeah, I need to pick it up again. I played this one so many years ago, but I really did enjoy it.
Same.
But
Brutal.
I need to play this one and then go into number 2.
I sold my DS and all my old DS games when I migrated to the PSP, and I sold all my games except for this one because I loved it so much, and that tells you anything. So,
Yep, short and sweet. Devil Survivors. I liked it.
Cool.
I sold my DS.
All right. So for our next topic,
migrated to the PSP.
That's not me. That's not me.
I sold all my games.
All right, so for our next topic, this is going to be an interesting one, I think. We're going to talk about what our game completion ratio is. When is it time to say enough is enough? What causes you to move on to another game? Is it the game itself? The overwhelming backlog? How long will you stick a bad game out? I think this is a good topic to leave open-ended. So, yeah. What causes you guys to drop a game?
Backlog.
Yep.
Definitely.
It's mainly just distraction for me. Is like I put another game in, and then I'm like, "Oh, what was the game I was playing before?"
Yeah.
That's a
So what would you guys say your completion ratio is?
Maybe 5.
5%?
Maybe. We'll
5%?
see.
Okay.
I will say 10.
I think this is an interesting topic because I think it's a lot lower than people care to admit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mine's around
Must
1, like 1%.
1%.
If I get to
think-
1%,
So I was
Okay.
thinking about this, and I think for RPGs, I think I'm probably around 20 to 25. But I think for any other game, just other games in general, I'm probably around 5 to 10. I think for me, it's, a lot of times I'm not really going into a game with the intention to finish it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just want to try it, Like I played Breath of Fire 3 on my Vita. I'm like, I just want to experience this game. I don't really have a desire to really spend a bunch of time and complete it, but I just want to experience what the game was like, what made it so charming, and stuff like that without, dedicating half a month to finish it. Right. So, and I do that for a lot of old games, because, there's just a lot of things that these days just don't hold up as well for me. There's tedious things like, random encounter rates, not knowing where you're supposed to go,
Alchemy
things
systems.
like that. Yeah, exactly. So for me, it's like I will usually when I go into a game, I go in and I'll like start out with an intent to finish it. But if it's just like if it's not doing it for me, I'll set it aside and maybe sometimes I'll go back and play it every now and again. But yeah, so that's kind of how I deal with it. I try before I start a game, I just try not to like get so tied up with, I need to finish this, right? It's just like, just go in, play it, enjoy it, and then move on when you're ready. So that's how I feel about it.
I gotta say, I'm
curious
probably
what
the
you guys think.
opposite. I think I'm the opposite of that, Lane. When I pick up a game and play it, I start it with the intention of finishing it, and if it ends up not being as good as I want it to be, I just won't come back. Like, I want to go back and play Yakuza 0 to get to the Goro Majima story, but I have to play Kazuma Kiryu, and his combat sucks compared to Goro. So I just can't bring myself to do that just to get to the story I want. So it's, I guess the bigger problem is why I quit games. If the game isn't what I think it's going to be, or if something happens to where it's not as fun as I want for a certain part, or there's certain mechanics that I don't like, I'm not going to come back to it, like, ever. I know it sounds bad. I'd say of RPGs that I've played throughout my entire life, it's probably 10 to 15% the completion rate. But for games like nowadays, probably 1 to 5% at best when I get them, but just because I don't have time. But years ago, it might have been as high as 20%, maybe 30%. But nowadays, maybe 1 to 2%, tops 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so hard these days because there's so many options, right? And it's like you can't really, unless the game is amazing, if you want to play like everything that comes out, there's no way you can finish everything. You know what I mean? Like, you got to pick and choose, and I think it kind of goes back to like priorities. Like, I always think of somebody like Eric, who, his job is to be the all-knowing when it comes to JRPGs. So, like, for him, he probably needs to just make sure he's at least played a significant portion of a lot of different games, right? There's no way he would have time to complete everything that he talks about, right? So, just kind of, for me, it's like, what are your goals? Like, what do you want? What do you want out of completed in your backlog? Do you want to be able to say you've completed all these games? Do you want to be able to say you've played them, experienced them for yourself? So I think it varies from person to person. Anashi over there, like, he's a collector, so like obviously I'm sure he wants to try a significant portion of his collection. And I'm really interested to hear what his response is, but like he can finish everything in his room in a lifetime.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, there's a lot of games in this game room that I probably will never want to play ever in my life. Do you want to play? Do you want to play Imagine Fashion Designer? No.
How about Cory in the House?
No. No. There's a lot of games that you just don't want to play, and I won't play. Most of my game collection, though, besides my Nintendo DS, is actually games I actually want to play. Mm-hmm. I do have an intention playing every single game that I do own that's not my DS collection. I just, yeah. But, yeah, there's just like every Switch game I have I bought for one reason is I want to play it. I just don't have a lot of time right now, but I will play it eventually. But for me, my completion rate is like 0%. So I'm just trying to think of the last few years where I actually, completely finished a game. I say finished. I hit the end story of it and got the credits. Besides some platformers and everything, things like that. Dragon Quest 11 and Night Chasers, which we are giving away a copy of that.
Battle Chasers, Night War. I did beat those. There's a few other ones I beat, but it's actually very little. I don't have a lot of time. Like this week, I only played literally less than an hour of games this week.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Sucks to be you.
It does. But I got games. Who hasn't tried the Chrono Trigger Shalia edition?
Oh man.
What is that?
Come on. What if Shala did not die in the water temple in Chrono Trigger? Well, you could find out what happens in this ROM hack.
So some of those ROM hacks are so good. Sometimes they're the same quality of normal games or even better. I mean, I've tried a lot of ROM hacks for the Pokemon franchise, and some of them are just so good, like so good, like better than most of the mainline titles. So yeah.
Who wouldn't want to play and beat a ROM hack of Super Mario World and Mega Man games?
That sounds so good.
Right.
I want
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Sweet.
It's like my dream come true.
But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of games I want to play, but I just don't have that much time. But yeah, if I right now, I got kind of bored with that Mario game, Origami King. I probably never pop it in again.
Yeah.
I put in Xenoblade Chronicles again. I've been playing through that. That's the only game I've been playing right now, and I'm liking it still. I still want to beat it. Pretty far into it, but once I get distracted, it's hard to put a game back in it. Xenoblade was actually a rare thing for me, where actually I'm going to put that back in and play it. Once I get distracted, I'd probably never touch it again.
That's actually, I think that brings up an interesting question. Do you guys try to limit yourself? Like, do you not let yourself get distracted by new games if you're currently in the middle of something, or are you pretty quick to just set it aside and start something else?
I prioritize it.
I was actually going to say that there are three reasons why I drop a game. Number one, the game sucks, obviously. Number two, the urge of trying something from my backlog that I haven't opened yet. Yeah. And number three, new releases. So that's new releases is definitely a huge reason why sometimes I drop a game.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of times I will kind of, I don't really buy a ton of new games anymore, but like if I know a big release is coming out, I will kind of pace myself and be like, okay, let's make sure I don't like start like Persona 5 like the day before Cold Steel 4 comes out or something, something like that, right? Like I'll be like, okay, so if I start this game now, I'm probably will be done by the time this game comes out, and if I'm still finishing it, I might be able to just quickly wrap it up, right? But,
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good about, if I'm playing a game, I try not to touch my backlog, but if it's a new game that comes out and I play it, I probably will never play that game again. Once I get distracted from it, it's really hard to go back. And if I do go back, it's I have to start over just because I don't want to, oh, where the hell am I in this? And Callie's looking at dick hands again.
Demonetized.
Got to do that. What are you doing, Callie?
Oh, then she hit it.
Just dying over here. I'm sorry. So
Okay.
funny.
What are you doing to me, Callie? You're distracting me now. I want to play Dick Hands game. Dick Snacks. Bug Snacks.
Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
I can think about 100 other things I'd rather play than that.
Yeah.
Hey, never say
Like,
never.
No way. Shoot.
Like
Shoot.
a very Super Mario World.
A very Super Mario World.
A very Super Mario World, yes.
So going back to what we were talking about, I want to add on to what Rad was saying. Like, I'm pretty much in agreement with him about when I'll drop a game. But another thing for me is maybe the game has a good story, but it's really tedious to play. Like some of the really old school RPGs that are really just they have that whole old school hardness to them, like extreme random encounters and open map with no direction at all of where you're supposed to go.
Like
It's just-
Dragon Warrior.
All right, raise your hand if you like high encounter rates.
I like encounter
I'm the only one
rates,
here.
but not high.
I don't mind it if you get to the boss fight and you're prepared. And as long as you don't have to like backtrack and continuously grind at a super high encounter rate.
I'm okay with it as long as you can skip animations. I'm looking at you, Lost Odyssey. Like, I love Lost Odyssey, but the battles are so freaking slow in that game. I couldn't stand it. I had to set it aside.
Well, if the battles are as long as Final Fantasy 13, then a high encounter rate, then yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. Like, one thing I love about the Trails games is Cold Steel in particular. Turbo mode combined with animation skipping makes grinding like a breeze. It's just like, yes. So, yeah, so things like that usually. So for me, it's like if a game has a good story and bad gameplay, I can always watch it on YouTube, and I save a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if a game has a bad story and good gameplay, at least use story's pretty big for me to keep my interest in a game. One game that comes to mind that I thought had really good gameplay but a really lame story was Tales of Grace's F. The gameplay, it's one of the best Tales battle systems, but the story is so. I mean, hopefully Eric's not watching right now, but
I was about to say someone would be ranting.
It is in the light side compared to other Tales for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't care.
A bit childish sometimes.
Yeah, but so I did drop that game just because the story and characters just weren't doing it for me. Like, I got to care about the story. Like, the game can have the best gameplay in the world, but if I don't care about the story, I don't want to play the game.
I gotta say I'm the opposite.
At least in RPGs.
If the combat is bad, I won't play the game. I don't care how good the story is.
Yeah. But like I was saying, like, if the story's that great, watch it on YouTube and save yourself 30 hours, right?
Yeah, like, I wouldn't even take the time for that. If the combat is bad, I just don't care about the game. I just don't.
But
Yeah,
what about
that's fair.
what if you want to play Squinkies?
Ooh, nice.
Surprise inside Squinkies.
I'm so excited for that game, Inashi. I think I should buy it tomorrow.
Anyone want to do a new New contest for this?
Oh my God.
I don't think it's gonna get very.
Okay,
many
so the
people.
thing is, we want people to enter our contest.
Right.
We don't want to distract them from wanting to enter.
We could just Anashi.
This isn't a clean out Anashi's junk thing.
That was not in my junk pile, okay? I'm looking at a box of games I got to complete my collection.
Oh God.
And that's one of the ones on top.
Boy, what a depressing life having to add squinkies to your collection.
I got Barbie grooming glam pups.
I need that in my life. Just send it here.
Sign me up.
No, I need it for my collection. You cannot
Wait,
have it, okay?
Barbie's grooming glam pups?
Groom
Did I hear that
and
right?
glam pups.
Ugh.
I got a lot of Barbie games in this collection. Like, here's Barbie Horse Adventures, which is going to Eric.
So good.
Yes. I wish that
Barbie
Eric would
Island
film his
Princess?
reactions on opening
But-
these.
Well, you see, one time he did, and
One time he did.
So
but
you guys
yeah.
you might not remember, but Inashi got him a copy of Odin Sphere, the collector's edition, and it had My Riding Stables instead of Odin Sphere. He took down the video. He was so upset.
Yeah, he wouldn't even do it. He was literally like sent me a message on how upset he was. Like he thought I didn't actually was going to give him the game, but I was. It was just a joke, you know. I was going to send him a game a week later. You know,
That's hilarious.
he was really
I
really
remember.
upset. I'm like, oh my god, he is really pissed off at me.
You're welcome.
It's a joke.
Yeah, he took that video down. I was
JK.
like, wow.
JK.
He never actually published it.
Yeah, he did. I watched it. I watched it when
Oh,
it
did
first
you?
came out. Oh yeah, I saw it.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even
I
know.
did.
'Cause
You see, it was a very good video, and you could tell he was all nervous about it. And then he opened it up, and he saw that. He was so upset.
I wish I saw it. Oh my god. Oh, I love Eric.
Just imagine a kid, like a 5-year-old kid on Christmas time, and they're opening something they've wanted and so bad, and they see it's My Riding Stables.
You did that, I know. You crushed his hopes and dreams.
It's like opening up and someone just used that, like, oh, we just got this extra NES box, you know, let's just throw away the insides and just put some underwear and socks inside of it and give it to your kid on Christmas.
Hey, those boxes are worth something now. Don't be dissing the boxes.
That's true.
I'm picturing the
dissing
kids
the boxes.
screaming. I'm picturing the kids screaming at like ear bleeding volume and like kicking his legs on the ground.
Sounds like my nephews.
Yeah, so did you guys see the video where Eric opened the the Unicorn Princess game?
Yeah, that was a good one.
He at least played it. And then
That
sold
was
it.
good.
And traded it for Sakura Wars on the Wii. But
Yeah, that was like that was probably the best $20 I've ever spent.
Yeah, probably.
definitely worth it.
All right. Do we have anything else you guys want to say in relation to this topic?
Yeah, let's one thing I'd like to say about this, so there's a lot of games that I'll pick up and I'll start. Let's use a game I did on stream this week actually. So this week I had a Twitter fan vote to play Scoutfold Usurper. Now that game is
Amazing.
It is trash. It is
So,
hot.
dude, so.
It is so bad. It is absolute complete garbage. And like I got to the first boss after like dying and walking back, and I was at 1 health, and I got to phase 2. I was like, yeah, I got this. We're going. And did an attack across the whole screen, and I died instantly. I was like, nope, I'm done. Steam refund. This is going away. Sometimes a 70% off sale is not enough. It's still garbage. So on the bright side, if you buy games on Steam and you play them for less than 2 hours, you can send that shit back. They're very good for doing fan-voted live streams because if the game is trash, you can get rid of it.
Oh, by the way, Fall Guys is actually free on if you have PS Plus right now.
Indeed it is, and I would not pay a dime for that game.
I I don't think it is that bad, actually. I have to say, it's actually it's not the best thing in the world, but it's does the job, I guess.
I mean, it's like a Mario Party without the party.
They left the party at home.
They left the party at home. It's just like Takeshi's Castle with no fun. You have like 3 buttons. They don't do anything. Jump, okay, you jump. It literally does nothing except for step on people's heads. You could dive forward. It does like nothing, and you can grab people's tails in like one of the maps. It's trash. I'm sorry, it's trash.
Instead, you could play Sailor Moon on the SNES.
That's a good game. That's a rare game. It's good though.
It's a repro.
It's like Samurai Pizza
The heck?
Cats. Oh, I want Samurai Pizza Cats. It's so good.
What?
You have not played Samurai Pizza Cats? Oh, it's a great
I've never
game.
heard of it.
You don't?
What
Okay, all
on
right.
Earth.
I will post it in Discord later. By the way, this is a great time to advertise the Eternia Archives Discord, where we have a price charting bot that works occasionally when Lane's Raspberry Pi does not crash.
True.
It also has a how long to beat bot. We have lots of nice things on there, so be sure to join our Discord. We also have a Patreon that currently has a subscriber. I was surprised checked today. So be sure to check out our content and join all of our socials.
Do you know who the subscriber is?
I do. I logged in and looked, and
It's me!
It's you. Yeah, it's you. So, Lane, what's our next topic?
So our next topic is what have we been
Bugsnax.
playing, and what do we think of it?
I thought
So
we were
we're
gonna talk
saving
about
this one for the
Bugsnax.
end because apparently you guys don't like to hear about our personal gaming journey, and you click away from the videos. Like, I can't believe you guys.
According to analytics.
Yeah, so we're saving this for last so you guys don't click away.
I think we need to talk about more about Bugsnax, and then people wouldn't click away. You know, you got to have your dick hands.
Do they though? Do they really? Do they really
Yes,
want to
they
hear
do.
about that game? Okay, so Inashi, you said you played got an hour game time in Xenoblade this week?
Yeah, that's it. It's so sad. All I did was just grind. I just ran around in circles grinding, and that's it. My life is
So how far in the
sad.
game are you though? How far are you?
1 hour into the game.
So I just I was on the blade, and then I beat the boss and fell down, and I am with the one people that are not Humes.
Okay, I know where you are. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down
You're
there.
pretty far though.
You're with
That's
the-
pretty far in.
The bird
Yeah.
people.
No, not the bird people. I'm past that. Way past that. You know, I'm going across the blade into the fortress, the Mechonis fortress.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
actually-
over halfway, I think.
I'm way more than halfway. I think I'm on like chapter 14 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty far in.
So I'm supposed to go to the Mechonis capital next. That's my goal. But I just ran around grinding and just I have completed every single quest as I find them. So I just go to an area, get every quest. I complete every quest before I move on. I get all the collectibles before I move on.
yeah.
So I am like 100% on this game so far as I went, and over leveled on everything because of that. And yeah, most of the quests don't even give me experience anymore. But still, that's just the way I play because I don't want to miss something.
The quest tracking in this new version was it's what this game needed.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's so much better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Oh,
I agree with
it
that.
was so awful. It's like, oh, you're at this one location over here, but you have so many different layers. It's like, I need to go over here first just to get to here, but it doesn't tell me that. It's like, you just try. How do I get over there? I don't even know where there is or where the path to there is. It's awful. It's just really confusing in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So I'm just waiting for the next, Nintendo product, past the Switch Pro, the next one, and they decide to port over Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Monolith, please do it. And then they put in the quest tracking that Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition has. But that's all I've been playing is that.
Cool.
I haven't even played. Since I put Xenoblade in, I haven't played Mercenary Saga at all, which I'm really sad about. But I just need to focus on one right now. And I do want to beat Xenoblade Chronicles because I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my Nippon free run.
Ricky's on the bench.
Yeah, he's on the bench. We'll watch Callie's background now. Yeah, there she is. I knew it. I knew she was going to do that.
Oh, that's funny.
The best part about the expansion is the no pun. Sorry.
You're up, Rad.
So, I beat Ghost finally. I beat Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh.
We've been talking about that game for 2 weeks already. So there's not a lot to add to it. Go ahead, Lane.
I was just gonna say, so I was watching you stream when you finished the game. Dude, that ending made me want to buy the game.
Was amazing, man.
It was.
It's
I didn't even play the game, and I had the feels.
Don't spoil it.
No spoilers.
We won't say anything.
If you felt that the story was weak in the first act, it gets better. That's
good.
That's the only thing I'm gonna say. And for me, I still say it's my game of the year so far. Fantastic game.
Yeah.
I'm working my way on getting the platinum trophy. I think I have 85% of the trophies, so hopefully I'll get there this week if I have the time.
The Violinist of Hamelin is not your number one game of the year?
No, but it was a second. It was close second, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still playing the games I played last week. Minish Cap, I'm still playing that, enjoying that a lot. I'm also playing Divinity Original Sin 2 with a friend, so we're trying to improve in the game. That game is so hard at the beginning, doesn't hold your hand.
I wish you could actually grind a little bit in that game to actually get a little bit overpowered.
Right, that would be awesome.
Nope.
But a new game that I played this week, and they actually streamed that, was Phantasy Star 4. Phantasy Star 4 for the Genesis. In the I think it is called Sega Genesis Classics that's on the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. Such a good game. It's been a while since I played it, so I was able to stream 2 to 3 hours of that game, and it still looks great. Like the sprites are so good.
Oh yeah.
And you can add using the Sega the Genesis Classics, you can add filters and make it look a bit better, even better. So that's nice. And I actually ran a poll on Twitter and Discord to see what's gonna be my next big game after I get the Platinum Trophy on Ghost, and it's gonna be The Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky first chapter.
Yes,
Lane, you won. So
I win.
I'm really excited about this one. So
he logged into Twitter just to vote.
Yeah, probably.
Well, he actually did a straw poll, so I didn't even need Twitter.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, just to point out, those the Sega Genesis compilation PS4 game has a lot of really good games on there, and you could find Phantasy
Shining
Star.
Force.
I think 3 and 4, Shining Force. You could find a lot of great RPGs on there. So don't overlook those games.
Right? Yeah. No, definitely. I'm actually looking forward to stream those as well.
Yeah.
Shining Force 1, Shining Force 2, Shining in the Dark, Phantasy Star 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think there is so many more. Yeah.
Yeah, and they put it on, they also did it on PS3, but PS4 one, it's a little too far away, but, just look for these things. These things actually have a lot of really good games that you could go back, play it on modern consoles, and not have to worry about how to get the best picture on your modern TV. You could just buy them like this,
Yeah.
You see Sonic on there, but there's a lot of good games on there.
I totally would have overlooked it if, Rad hadn't streamed it, and I was like, oh, it's got Shining Force and everything on there. I gotta pick that up.
Yeah. So that's all I have for this week.
Cool, man. Callie, what are you playing?
Well, for those of you that know, I live in the Midwest and we had no electricity for 3 days because we had basically a Category 2 or 3 hurricane come through and destroy massive chunks of land. There's so many people without electricity on Monday. It's just unprecedented destruction and damage. You can even see it from outer space, all the fields that have been leveled. So if you guys think food prices are high now, just wait a couple of months when the crops are just gonna just skyrocket. So we didn't have power for 3 days. It was a really rough week. 90 some degrees, no AC, no airflow, nothing. We lost a bunch of food. But our house was luckily safe. We put a new roof on it last year, so it held up. A lot of our neighbors did, and a lot of family members didn't have as good of luck as we did. But we have electricity now, obviously. We're streaming the show. So after it came back up, I've streamed 3 games this week. So everything that I am playing, I'm streaming. All of it. So if you're curious about what I'm playing at any point, check out my channel. So the first game I streamed this week is Scoutfold Usurper. It's trash. Don't buy it. Then we went back and played some Fairy Tail, which is very good. My problem is I want to get caught up on the animes because I'm starting to get to spots where I haven't got to in the anime yet. So I'm probably going to put that game on hold for a long time so I can catch up on the anime. Sorry for those of you that want to watch me play that more, but I'm going to substitute that RPG for Trails in the Sky SC. So,
Trails!
My RPG time is going to be moved over to Trails in the Sky SC. So sorry for those of you that want to watch Fairy Tail. I want to get caught up on the anime first, so I apologize. The next game I streamed last night and surprisingly won a vote to continue streaming this weekend is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, one of the greatest games ever made, ever in the history of ever. I love that game. So on my a little bit over 2 hour stream, we cleared 3/4 of the regular castle already. So I just absolutely can't wait until I get to the reverse library so I can get the chrysogram so I can enjoy the game. I will say I've beat the game like 5 times, and I would say the first probably half hour or so until you get to the part where you fight a mirror image of yourself. That is the hardest part of the game. Until you get the Gladius, the longer sword, until you get that little bit of extra health. The beginning of that game is just such a pain. Like, I even died on stream and I was so mad at myself. But once you get the Gladius, after you beat that boss, the rest of it just goes so fast. So, if you haven't played Symphony of the Night, you have to get it. It's so good. I don't have a copy anymore. I lent my copy out decades ago. Never got it back. So I'm waiting till I find a black label. I did, however, find a black label Chrono Cross today at my local game store for a good price. So I picked that up, and I picked up some other games. Check out my update video on that. So yeah, I've only played those 3 games. Not much though. We didn't have power. So for those of you that are watching that are in the Midwest, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. It sucks. I hope your families are safe. I hope you guys all get your electricity out soon. But I have to say, there's still hundreds of thousands of people still without power a week later. So my thoughts go out to all of you.
Hey, you don't have to steal my Chrono Cross anymore.
It's such
that
a
I want to give
great
away.
game. Chrono Cross. So if you guys haven't watched Eric Landon's video today, I watched that about 15 minutes after it came out. That was the most heartfelt explanation of why I love RPGs that I have ever heard. He personified what we all think and love about these games. So, Eric, if you're listening, I really hope that you know that we loved what you did. It was great. Keep making content.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here you go, Callie.
Agreed.
Ooh.
It's such a great game.
I bet that's a pretty penny now.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
I actually got this super cheap too.
Rub
Desperate
it
people
in.
that need money. You know, it's
So,
I love them. I absolutely love them.
so tomorrow morning, I'm probably gonna play some Ghost because I haven't played it in a while. I know Castlevania won the poll. Sorry, I want to relax a bit, and then I'll be playing some Trails later this week. So.
Oh, come on, Kali. Then why am I
Fine.
making these
Fine.
fake accounts
Okay.
just for Castlevania win?
I'll
and
play
you
it.
just,
Fine. Shut up. I'll stream Castlevania.
I'm joking.
No. Fine. You got a good point. I will play Castlevania tomorrow. You just watch it. If you guys aren't there and you're complaining about it, I'll remember
Oh,
this.
you will.
Joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I'm afraid that if I pick up Fairy Tale, I'm never going to play Xenoblade again.
Fairy Tale is it's so good. It's
I haven't
very
bought
good.
it yet.
I would
I have
say
not bought it.
I think the combat is probably some of the best turn-based that I've played since Persona 5. I really like it.
Oh, why are you taunting me like that? And now I'm going to have to go to like Best Buy tomorrow and buy it.
Go watch
But
my
it-
stream first. Go watch my
it-
stream so you can take a look at it.
It looks like to me, though, that they reused a lot of the assets found in the Atelier series. And the enemy models, they are very similar.
But the characters, like I can use Fire Dragon Iron Fist on enemies, and I can summon Capricorn and Leo, and I could be in the Fairy Tale Guild, and for someone that likes the show, that is worth everything.
Yeah, but I've never watched it, so.
All right, you're off the show until you actually watch it.
Got it.
But have you seen One Piece, though?
No, I do not want to watch One Piece. I'm sorry.
I watched one episode and never watched it again.
Have you seen the English dub version? With the
Yes.
pirate rap?
Yes.
I'm sure
You
it's
gotta watch
garbage.
it now.
So I actually watched 2 episodes of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon this last
Oh.
week.
Is it? So is it
Yeah.
wrong?
I haven't quite decided yet, I guess.
It's pretty good.
All right,
It
all right,
actually
Callie.
isn't that bad. I mean, I still, like I said, I only watched 2 episodes of it just because we were talking about it, you know. But yeah, it's not bad.
Callie, I don't know if you could see, but there's Fairy Tale. And then I press buy now on Amazon.
So, Enashi, actually, if you wait, there's a contest that I entered. If I win it, I'll just give it to you.
Shoot. I thank you for buying it.
Well, okay. If I win it, I will give that copy away on my channel. So,
Or we could give it away on our giveaway.
we could. I have.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
You have till Monday to win, because it won't be here until Monday. Dang it. Now
Got
I have
it.
to play I have
So-
to finish Xenoblade.
Fairy Tale is really good, and it starts off when you're fighting the old guild master from whatever the evil guild is when you're on Tenro Island. That's where it starts.
Okay. Such a good anime.
Fire Dragon Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, what do you got? What are you playing?
I've been playing Front Mission on the DS here lately, and
Ooh.
I
Let's
actually
see.
need that one. I actually need that game.
Ooh,
I just found a cheap copy of Front Mission 3. So it's a mech strategy game like Fire Emblem, sort of. There's a kind of weapons triangle that they got going, and pretty unique because it's got unique parts for the mechs that you can customize between missions, and they each have their health bars, so you gotta manage 4 different health bars for each unit during the fight, so it can be a little bit to manage, but it's a pretty solid game overall. I just made it to a plot twist that I didn't see coming in the game, something in addition to giant mechs, but it's a pretty solid game. And other than that, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. See, I pre-ordered it, but I just now got around to playing it in my backlog because I didn't want spoilers.
So how far are you on that, Nick?
I just made it to chapter 14. So,
Okay, so chapter 14, I spent the most time in the game on because I got the final summon in that chapter.
I meant to spend some time with it today, but I didn't get the opportunity. However, I definitely need to grind up before the final battle because enemies are like killing me before I can get unbound. I hate that when they bind you.
Yeah.
Can't get out, do anything.
Yeah, you should definitely go to the Coliseum. Yeah, like I said, I got
Oh,
the
that's
final
where I'm
summon.
at.
That Coliseum music is so... I got it to where I can
Oh,
basically
yes.
beat it in like 2 minutes or like less than a minute, and I just go through the whole cycle and you get so much AP and... Yeah. Getting the last summon sucked on that chapter.
I didn't really like Final Fantasy VII Remake starting off, but the more I got into it, the combat grows on you, and it's a pretty good system. It really is, but it's not perfect. The aerial combat could definitely use some work.
Yeah.
They make you do melee aerial combos when you've got aerial opponents, and you can't hit them with anything except spells. So that
was annoying.
Yeah. But it's a good game overall. Some areas could use a little more fleshing out, but it is a good game. I'll say that.
I need to play that one. I got pretty far into the game, but I just haven't been in front of my PlayStation to be able to play it.
Mm.
So, actually, I watched a video a few weeks ago. I didn't even think about this. But when I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, I had a SSD in my PS4 Pro, so it was loading faster. And I watched a video how it actually loads ground textures to be higher quality. That's the first I've seen a game do that on PS4 Pro. I don't remember who did it. But I was unaware of that, but it's cool. It's good
Do you
stuff.
have an SD card in your PlayStation?
No, I have a... So you can have an SSD up to 500 megabytes a second.
Oh, solid state. Okay.
Yeah, solid state. But that's like 10% as fast as the PS5 drive. So you guys are sleeping on this PS5 M2 drive. Like, I'm enamored with how fast that stupid drive is. Because as fast... You can only buy a 3.5 gigabyte per second drive for your consumer computer right now. Like, I have the fastest drive in my computer that I can possibly buy, and the PS5 drive is almost twice as fast as that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Crazy
does
how
your
far we've
PC have Wario's Adventure?
Probably. It might.
You can name
I don't know.
We might, definitely.
So, Nick, tell us about the new microphone that you got. You said you got a new one?
Yeah. I got a mod mic because I already had the PlayStation headset from a while back. It's a good headset. It gives good surround sound and everything, but my mic was crap, apparently, so, which I didn't figure out until trying to actually record something. And then I started looking at comparison videos and everything, and what I wound up with was a mod mic, which you can apply to your already existing headset with a magnet. You either apply the base of the magnet with an adhesive if you have a plastic headset, or the magnet's strong enough that you can just set it if it's metal on the outside of your headset.
Wow.
And it's actually a pretty good mic you can get one for about $80 now, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than paying for like a $160 headset that's got a decent mic or something. And I would recommend it if you've already got a good headset.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Am I last?
I guess.
I guess.
I lost
Hey,
track.
though.
I'm sorry.
Rad,
No,
go
you're
again.
good.
You're up again. Rad.
No, I haven't gone yet.
Rad, go again.
So
What, you don't want to hear about what I've been playing? I'm hurt.
I see it right there. And
Yeah.
Rad's wearing your shirt.
dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so I said last week that I was going to finish Cold Steel 3 before the next episode, and I did. It only took me like 2 more days.
About time.
I know. So I started the game, I think it was like around the 4th of July, and yeah, I just finally finished it. Tuesday of this week. And yeah, like Callie had been saying, the ending was amazing. It's so many events that happened that were just like, my jaw was just like wide open, like the whole ending. I'm just like, what just happened, right? So
Is that the longest one until now?
Yep.
Yes, it's the longest.
Yep, it took me 80 hours to beat.
Wow, and you're using like turbo mode and everything.
Yep, turbo mode. Except for like boss battles. Normally, I'll skip like combat animations and stuff. So that makes the random battles go like instantaneously almost, which is nice. But it's definitely so for the audience. I did just post a ranking video of all the Trails games. So go watch that if you're interested. It's spoiler free, so don't worry about going in there and like learning the whole plot of Cold Steel 3 or anything like that. So, but yeah, it's definitely, it's not on the higher end of my favorite Tales games just because of the slogginess of the first 3/4 of the game. I think that could have been done a little bit better. But yeah, that ending though, like the ending, the thing with these games for me is the ending always makes up any of the slow pacing. It's just like, wow, every time I'm so glad that I stuck it out because it's just always so good at the end. And I'm so like the next morning, like I pre-ordered the limited edition of Cold Steel 4 off of Nisa. So I'm super excited.
Yeah,
to get that.
I gotta say, I think that game took me more than 100 hours, but I do all the side quests, so I got all the extra equipment, all the extra items, all the perfect orbments, everything. I mean, that's how I play games. If I can't do everything, I just don't play it.
Yeah. For me, it's like I do anything that I come across without having to read a guide. Like if I see side quests, I'll go do it. And I do like all the what do they call them? Like on your free days where you go around and interact with characters. I use all those free points. And I'll go out of my way to do a little exploring and trying to find some hidden quests, but like I won't like read a guide to like 100%. Usually I end up with, I think for every chapter, my grade was either like a B or a C. And that's just kind of with me, going through and just doing whatever I come across.
Did you guys actually study, or did you use a guide for the class?
Oh yeah, for the testing stuff.
Yeah.
That's easy. That's easy for me. I mean, it's my goal to be able to get S rank as soon as possible. So if there's anything that can make me move towards that faster to get the perfect equipment, I will just go look it up. I don't care. It doesn't affect anybody. I mean, I want those perfect items. I have to have those perfect items because it makes the end of the game. So I play on hard mode, and without those items, some of the later stuff gets kind of tough.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just one of those people. If I'm playing a video game, I don't want to be reading a guide. I want to play the game. Just let me play the game.
You don't want to see.
I love my guides. I just picked up Tales of Xillia 2 guide.
That's so nice.
They're cool to look at, but I don't want to read it. I just want to play.
Got my DQ8 one over there.
Yeah. So yeah, that was part of what I played this week, and I been hanging out with my buddy. Oh, my hand's not showing up. Been hanging out with my buddy Link here in the background. Started playing Wind Waker on Dolphin.
Enjoying it?
Yes, I love it. It's such a great game.
probably my favorite Zelda.
Yeah. So I haven't played very many Zelda games. I've only played Link to the Past and Breath of the Wild extensively, but that's something I'd like to change because I really am enjoying this game. I love the exploration of the sea. Like at first, the game kind of is pointing you in a single direction, but I'm kind of at the point now where I can kind of go wherever I want. So I'm going around and doing like the treasure maps and trying to find all the fairies, stuff like that. It's a fun. It's such a fun game.
You want to borrow the guide?
Do you have the guide?
I do.
No, no, you don't have to do that. I have had to use the guide a few times though, not like 2 or 3 times. Had got stuck in a puzzle, but it's not a very difficult game though. I think I've only had a game over twice so far. But that's okay to me. I just love the charm of the game. I love the music. I love the art style of the game, and I love that. I love that Zelda humor. Like the quirky characters and stuff. Like that just gets me every time. I love that's the same thing I loved about Breath of the Wild as well.
Was that the first Tinkle?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
He has his own game.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Tingle. He's in it's a Japanese only, or you could find a PAL version of it.
Really?
Which I haven't got yet because it's like $70-$80 right now on eBay. If you find someone over like Video Game Worm who's over in Europe, he could probably find it a lot cheaper. Hint. Find us a bunch of copies and send us one to each one of us. Please,
Yeah.
Video Game Worm. We'll love you.
But yeah, like I was saying, like this game has kind of renewed my interest in the Zelda games. Like now I kind of want to go back and play like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Link's Awakening.
You can skip
a bunch of
those
these
Nintendo 64 ones.
How dare
Really
you?
though?
How
Really though?
How dare you?
Dude, Link's Awakening's remake on the Switch is really good.
I think that the Nintendo 64 versions of those games killed Zelda for me for a while.
What about have you played the
Wow.
3DS versions though?
I like them.
No, because
So,
that's what I have. I
alright.
have the 3DS versions of both those games, and those are the ones I'm going to play.
You can get another joystick that you can like plug in for the 3DS, and it supposedly helps with the camera, which is the
I have
biggest
the
problem.
I have the
for
new
those
3DS
games.
with the C stick. Does that work in this game?
Probably
Because
I'm not
that's like
sure.
Xenoblade on the 3DS. Like you use that to move the camera.
Okay,
It's-
so
It's a really weird.
We're gonna
weird
talk
button.
about the Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which was on the GameCube. I don't know if you guys played it, but they made a harder version of Ocarina of Time with some better graphics, and they made some like the part where you had to get the ice arrow. I believe you have to get every single key from that dungeon. Enemies hit harder. Everything has more health. They added different puzzles and stuff. That Zelda game is my favorite Zelda game. And for Majora's Mask, I actually got the Fierce Deity mask, and when I beat the game, I got all the masks. So I loved the 64 games. They were phenomenal. I'm sorry, Inashi, that you didn't like them. And I'm sorry they ruined your faith in the game series, but I loved them. But I think I've played like 90% of the Zeldas that have existed. And those are some of my favorites. Link's Awakening, though, if you guys... Link's Awakening is so good. You guys have to try it.
I'm excited to play that one.
And Lane, the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time, I think it is superior to the 64.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
It looks like the graphics look a lot
Yeah,
better
way improved,
in
yeah.
particular.
It feels like they kind of took out a little detail and made it a little more smoother. Maybe
Really?
it's just me. It's different textures and stuff. I kind of prefer the new one. Kind of prefer the old one. It's just.
I guess it depends
whichever
if you want
prefer.
to play portable or
Sure.
in a console, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, like the Nintendo 64 versions and Breath of the Wild, I think probably are my least favorite Zelda games.
It's just probably like some of the most popular.
You know what? That's okay because you love A Link to the Past, and that's a phenomenal game.
Yeah. For sure. So yeah, I love the Wind Waker. It's I've always like watching footage of this game. Like I always just wanted to play it because I just love games with like with the pirate theme and sailing and stuff. Like I just love that.
Graphics are amazing too.
Yeah, and even on the GameCube, like they hold up so well even today. Like I haven't played. I don't have a Wii U, so I haven't played the HD version. But like in that game looks phenomenal. But the GameCube, I mean, it still looks
GameCube
great
holds
to
up.
me.
Oh yeah.
Unlike the Nintendo 64, the GameCube actually holds up with its graphics.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64 should just never exist.
So Sucker Punch did a great samurai open world. They now should do a great pirate open world game.
Ooh,
That would be great.
I want them to go back to Infamous.
Yeah,
That would
I
be
agree.
sweet, Rad.
Infamous. I loved Infamous.
Great game.
All right. So, questions.
Real quick,
Q&A.
I just want to say, I think I just finished the. I'm about to do the 4th dungeon in Wind Waker, which I think is the Wind Temple. So I think I'm pretty far in the game.
Wow, you're going fast.
Yeah. So I mean, I now that the world's kind of opened up, I've been kind of taking a step back, and I kind of want to do just kind of explore and finish chart the map out and find some treasure and stuff. So, but yeah, great game. So yeah, chat, please. We're gonna go ahead and transition into our Q&A section. So feel free to post some questions for us, and we'll answer some questions for the next 20 to 30 minutes. So.
Yeah, we should have asked them to get questions ahead of time.
Yeah.
Oops.
Well, I think Rad had made a post in there, but maybe they were kind of waiting for the very.
Oh yeah,
Very last
Kali
minute.
and Rad have been prepping them.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask away, guys. There's nothing inappropriate. We're already demonetized, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
so
Yeah.
feel free.
So while we're waiting for questions, though, I got one for you guys. What is each of your favorite Zelda games?
Ocarina of Time, Master Quest. That's easy.
Okay.
Wind
Yep.
Waker. I just like the open world.
I think we know what
sections.
Ainashi's is.
So mine so far is A Link to the Past as well, and I really like. So I enjoy Breath of the Wild a lot, but more as a game itself than a Zelda game. I prefer the Zelda formula of dungeons and stuff, but I appreciate what Breath of the Wild is and how great it is as an open world game.
Oh, it's an amazing game. I absolutely love Breath of the Wild. It's just not a Zelda game to me. They just put a Zelda skin on a really empty world with, I don't know. It just didn't get me. It just didn't get me. A lot of the kids that absolutely love that game, it's like that's their first Zelda game that they ever played. It's whatever. It's doesn't mean it's good. It's not the Zelda formula that.
Actually, last Christmas, Walmart had Breath of the Wild on sale for $30 around the Black Friday. I think it was Black Friday weekend, actually. So I bought 3 of my siblings Breath of the Wild for Christmas. And 2 of them put over 100 hours in the game.
Wow. So we
The
have
third
a
one
question.
didn't really like it because
Guys,
she's not really a gamer.
we have a question in the chat. So if
Okay.
you guys could create your own ROM hack right off the bat, what game or games crossover would it be for? I already have an answer. Like, that's such a good question. Thank you for asking that. I would take Grandia 2. I would take the combat from Grandia 2 and the story in the world from Grandia 2, and I would dump that just right into a Persona game. I would just say, let's take that type of world and let's warp it upside down and make it to the Shin Megami Tensei franchise with that amazing, just everything's fine. Oh, the world's ending, Valimar, whatever. But you have that great combat because they just haven't had that in such a long time. So I would like to see a crossover like even Trails of Cold Steel. It's a similar combat, but I want that combat system in a Persona game. That's what I want.
I like that.
I would say, like a cross between a Chrono Trigger combat and Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest game.
Mm.
Ooh.
That kind of, that kind of combat with, that world would be really cool for me. Because I'm a huge Dragon Warrior fan, Dragon Quest fan.
Yeah, like what if they did if they ROM hacked like Chrono Trigger and put in the Dragon Quest 11 cast or something, and like kind of did like the whole kind of the 2D stuff that like the new the definitive edition has. Oh, that would be sick. It'd be a lot of work though.
Wow. So I will do a crossover of Final Fantasy and Tales of, but there's a catch. I would like a Final Fantasy game like with 3 characters, for example, and that they have 3 different routes completely, like Odin Sphere, for example. I would like a game like that, like a Final Fantasy game in that style. You have 3 different routes. Each route is like 10 to 15 hours, and each route has its own party. And at the end, they intersect, but each route is mainly its own. I would love something like that.
Like Octopath.
But Octopath, but more separate than that, because Octopath you actually have the whole group at some point, and you can you pick a character, and then you at the second hour you actually get the second character, and you go on. But I mean, like, you have 3 completely different tales that they are connected somehow, but you feel like you're playing 3 different games that they are like 10 to 15 hours long each. And if you want to do only one route and move on to another game, then you have a closure. But
I thought you're describing Octopath, because that's what I did not like about Octopath is every single character, you had 8 completely separate stories and none of them tied together.
But
that's what was so disappointing with Octopath with me is I was like, once someone said, yeah, none of the stories actually combined together, I'm like, oh, really? Wait, what? No, I'm done. I don't care about this.
I agree. I agree.
I actually am talking about something like Odin Sphere. Like you use Gwendolyn the whole playthrough, and you don't know anything, maybe a little bit about other characters, but then you can, in another playthrough, you can choose another one, and then you see the route completely, and it is completely different.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
Yeah, in Octopath you can see all the stories in one playthrough eventually.
Like you see Scarlet at one party, and then she gets like a full fleshed out story.
Right.
So.
Right.
Mine would be a crossover of either Mega Man Legends or Mega Man Battle Network in the Mega Man X command mission.
That would be so good. Oh, that would be such a good game.
They need to make another game like this.
I know.
They need to.
Yes. Someone that has a good opinion. Thank you.
And we have Phoenix Edge here, and he asks, are we waiting to buy next-gen consoles, or are we going to buy it when it first comes out?
Okay, this is easy, guys. This is as soon as they have the pre-order for the PS5 up, I am buying it the second it goes live. Period.
I'm buying it once I get through my backlog.
I don't care what it costs.
That's
impossible.
Wow.
That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Don't hold your breath.
I don't care what the PS5 costs. I will pre-order it. I will have it the day that it comes out. I'm taking vacation. I'm getting it. I don't care. We're getting it day one.
Right.
So when I'm finally caught up to the point that I consider myself capable of buying a PlayStation 5, everything will probably be down to about $20 anyway. So then
PlayStation 6 now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get it if I have to do my backlog first because there's just way too many games. But I'm gonna pre-order when they actually have the pre-orders for the PlayStation 5. I decided I am gonna pre-order it. There's not one game, not even Dick Hand's game. I will not. There's no game I want to buy for it right now. But the whole aspect of I can play all my PS4 games on it and it will actually run faster. I see what you're doing, Callie. I don't like it. I'm there for just the better performance of when I play all my other PS4 games on there right now. I just wish that they had more backwards compatibility of PS1 through 4. But,
Well, they talked about having the backwards compatibility through PS. I shouldn't say they. There's been rumors, and there was a patent filed, but a patent just means that they've done a design. It doesn't necessarily mean they can implement it. But I think for me, like if the PS5 comes out and it's fully backwards compatible, even through the cloud, I will probably buy it day one.
I'll probably wait for the price to drop. But yeah, if it has some backwards compatibility, yeah, sign me up.
Yeah. For me, though, like there has to be at least one launch game that I want to play, actually. And so far, I haven't seen that. But that's not a launch game. It's 2021.
Which
For
game?
me, it's like... Sorry?
Which game I missed what he said?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, okay. I need to play that.
Yeah. For me, it's like I can't think of a single game that I want to play on it right now.
For me, it will be Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Is that a launch game?
They haven't said yet, but it is likely.
How do you know what a launch game is?
I might get
because
for that.
they haven't even announced when the game's going to be, when the console's going to be released. So how do you know if it's a launch game or not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Phoenix says the idea PS5 can't emulate PS1 games is just baffling. If that was the case, that's a Sony choice, not a hardware problem. 100% agree. There's no it's not technological at all.
I mean, if the Xbox can do it, then
yeah, I don't buy that one bit. It's because they see some sort of other avenue which makes them more money, other than backwards compatibility.
Hey, maybe they're just
PlayStation
trying.
Now subscription.
No, what they're trying to do is they're trying to push their PS. I can't even say it right.
Yeah.
Their PS Classic.
Yeah.
Which I do have wireless controllers still for that.
Yeah.
On my.
You know what? Now that I think about it, actually, you know what might get me to buy PS5 is Ghost of Tsushima. If it's they have a PS5 version for on launch.
Well, they're probably gonna do the remake.
Because watching you guys play that game, like I really want to play that game now, but I kind of want to wait for a PS5 version.
Did you hear what they're going to be doing with like? Oh, you could upgrade your PS4 version to your PS5 version. Did you hear that they're only going to do that for a limited amount of time?
What?
So they're not going to So if you put your PS4 game into your PS5, say a year later, it's not going to upgrade it to a PS5 version. It's just going to play the PS4 version of it.
Oh, come on.
They can go blow popsicle sticks.
I'm like, seriously? That's not an. That's what the PlayStation 4. I forget. I was listening to the Spawnwave news during the week, and they were mentioning that this week of one of their games. I forget which one it was. It's like they're going to allow upgrades for only the first few months.
I think that might be publisher by publisher. I don't think everyone's going to do that.
Yeah, still, it's like any publisher says that. Demonetized, sorry.
So we got one more question I want to bring up before it goes away in the chat. One asks, if someone ever picked up Valkyrie Profile and made a new story about it, what characters from any other JRPGs would you like to see show up being revived by Lilith?
I think that we'd just be funny about this. Let's get Gino from Super Mario RPG in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why haven't they used him ever?
I know. Or Mallow.
Yeah.
Right. Because,
Well, it's like all the the characters in the RPGs. Like Nintendo will not give Wow, I just went a blank. Who does all the Fire Emblem games?
Intelligent Systems.
Yeah, they wouldn't give them rights to the Mario characters really to be able to do anything with them besides very base things. That's why they have all these different characters that are not coming back, and it's just very. That's why you have the origami crap. It's.
Yeah, I would say Gino, just Gino. That's all you need.
I saw where they couldn't modify the character models or something. They could maybe add a few accessories, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So they really limited the series there.
Yeah, Nintendo's being very controlling of it.
Yeah.
How about they just bring back Aerith?
That would be cool.
Yeah, so my prediction is that they are going to change the story in Part 2 for 7 Remake.
They will. I mean, I don't want to say anything because Nick is playing it.
Nick
so.
has not beat it yet.
I pretty much know what's going to happen.
No, you don't. You don't know. But Tetsuya Nomura's like, hey, you thought you knew the story? We're going to Kingdom Hearts this on you. Let's go.
I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 either.
So what do you mean by Kingdom Hearts it?
So they basically... Kingdom Hearts...
Make it convoluted as hell.
Yeah, let's keep it light. Yeah, let's keep it light.
They Kingdom Hearts it. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Convoluted.
I'm not a Kingdom Hearts guy.
I love Kingdom Hearts, but yeah, the story is convoluted.
All right. I don't see any more questions. Should we call it a night, guys?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Thank you guys for the questions.
Yeah, good questions. Thanks for the participation.
Yep.
Okay.
So the next giveaway, it will be live sometime whenever I create it. I didn't create it yet. I thought I was going to do it, but it'll be for Battle Chasers Night War and 2 random DS games. That'll be absolutely awful.
So, as a reminder, like we say every week, please go and visit our Twitter page, Eternia Archives. A lot of us use the hashtag Eternia Archives as well. So eventually there will be a repository of things related to our channel. Definitely make sure to go and watch our other streams. We also are available on Spotify and several other streaming platforms. So, yeah, what am I missing? I'm missing something. I always say other stuff.
I nailed it.
Yeah.
Giveaway.
Yeah, I mean, if we get 250 subscribers, we're going to be giving away the Tales of Vesperia bundle of the anime and the game on the PS4. Hell, I might even throw the 360 version in there because I think I have an extra one of those too.
It's not fair.
Fair. the whole we get to 1,000 subscribers. We got the Retron plus at least a dozen games. We got Iron Sword in there already, Dragon Warrior, Final Fantasy, Mario Duck Hunt. I'm already committing Mario 2 and 3. That'll be in here. And as I get more games, we'll be adding more for 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, so be sure to go and visit everyone's pages. A lot of us are streaming a lot. I know that Lane is streaming Wind Waker. Rad, what are you streaming next? What's your next game?
So I just finished Ghost of Tsushima, of course. Now I'm going to be streaming a lot of games. I'm going to be streaming 2 or 3 hours of several games. I'll probably start with Code Vein tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'll be streaming some Minecraft. Oh, wait. I quit that life. I'm sorry.
Nick, what are you streaming?
Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I'm very close to the end, so I'm probably about to drop a poll for people and see what pops up next.
Cool. Trails in the sky.
How about some Monsteria? Monsteria. Good stuff.
I'm excited to hear what you think of Sky SC Callie. I think you'll like it a lot more. If you like Cold Steel 2, I think you'll like it a lot more than FC.
Well, I started it. I'm like an hour and a half into it. I started earlier this year, and it just
Okay.
feels like more of the same. It's so antiquated. Like combat's everything to me, and I have a feeling I'm not gonna like any of the games as much as the Cold Steel series because I'm going back
Yeah,
and playing
I
older
can
games first.
I can see where if you are going back, I think if I were in that same boat and I'd played Cold Steel first, I think I would understand where you're coming from for sure.
Yeah, I want the cat. It's so good.
I think one just was mentioning the cat and Callie. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's such a good cat. All right, guys. We're
All
just
right.
we're just
Yeah.
we're just
Thanks,
rambling.